The last time I was in the Pacific Ocean, it was warm. This is not warm. This is cold. It's in the low 60s outside. The water, I think, is 29 degrees. I don't know what I was thinking going from Wisconsin out to Oregon, Washington, but the Pacific Ocean is not warm here. It is August 6, 2018, and we have followed the Lewis and Clark Trail all the way from St. Louis to the Pacific Ocean. We are staying just north of Astoria, Oregon. We're actually staying on the Washington side at a campground, maybe half an hour north of Astoria, but this is the Pacific Ocean. This is where...
I'm here at the beach with Penny Dog. Penny, what's going on? And she is super hyper and wound up. This is her first time seeing the ocean. I'm not sure she knows what to make of it.
We're gonna go up to the water and explore a little bit. Right, Pen?
Right? Okay, let's go.
Smells and the sounds and the things she's never seen, or sensory overload. She's going nuts. She's not usually a digger, but she's smelling all kinds of stuff. Poodle means water dog, but Pen's not a fan. Here it comes.
They built this entire fort in 2 weeks.
What?
They arrived December 7th. Built it for 2 weeks.
The enlisted men's quarters were on this side. These 3 rooms were where the majority of them were. Divided into these 3 squads, and the rooms are pretty much the same on this side. Okay. When you go to the other side, it's going to be a little better, a little more space, particularly the one directly across from us. Captain's room in the center. So when you go in there, you'll see quite a bit of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was probably 10 in each one of these? almost?
Varied. They had 3 squads. 2 had 7, and the other one had 9.
Ah.
There are 3 sergeants in that room who were in charge of these 3 squads. But they didn't sleep with their squads. They actually slept together. Each of the squads had a cook assigned to it. Or actually one of their own midst was a cook. He was the guy who would cook for his squad only, not for everybody. And so they ate in small groups during that time, in the military history of the country. That's what they did back then. And then the last room over here was for the Charbonneau family. You may be familiar with Sacagawea and her husband Charbonneau and their young son. They're in that room over there.
Well, only one of them died on the trip, correct?
There was only one man who died on the trip. His name was Charles Floyd. They were just weeks in. He got a terrible stomach ailment. It hurt a lot. Terrible pain and accompanied with fever, which he died of. We think he had appendicitis. Could they have prevented that back then? The appendectomies wouldn't be invented for another 80 years. So he would have died no matter what. But he's the only one. Now, but everybody after the expedition, let's see. Clark, let's start with Clark. Clark had a long and very successful life. He was a successful businessman, politician, had a large family, a landowner. He lived to be 68 years old. That's fairly old back then. Not so old to me. It's actually I'm 1 year older than me. But anyway, so Clark lived a fairly long time. Lewis, not so much. He only lived 3 years after the expedition. Died of gunshot wounds. Probably self-inflicted. Pretty sad ending. There's a lot of issues with Lewis. Had some mental health issues, had some pressures, fell into debt, was drinking too much. A lot of different things happened to Lewis. It's kind of a long story, but it's sad. Sacagawea died fairly young. She died about 6 years after the expedition in present-day South Dakota, where she was living in a trading post with her husband in 1812, when one evening in December, the clerk of the trading post, he recorded in his journal that the wife of Charbonneau died tonight of putrid fever. That's just any infectious disease. It could have been anything. He goes on to say she was a good and best woman of the fort, age about 25 is all, and left an infant girl. She had given birth earlier that year to another child. And so yeah, we don't think she lived very long at all.
So she made the journey at 19?
She would have been about 19 when they finished, probably thereabouts. We don't actually know, there's no birth certificate for her, so we don't know her exact age. She was probably starting out, she's in the neighborhood of 17, we're guessing.
These woods near Fort Clatsop are so thick and dense. It really gives you an appreciation for what they would have had to work with when they were here. They would have had to cut through so much, but the advantage was because it was so thick, they didn't have to go very far for wood to build the fort. It took them 2.5 weeks to build this fort. It's unbelievable.
So what'd you think of the visitor center at Fort Clatsop?
It was fun. So, if you're a kid,
I'm a junior ranger.
yeah, if you're a kid, you get one of these. Depending on what age you are, you can do it, and you do a certain amount of things in here. And once you do enough, you take it to the desk where you got it from, and you say an oath, and you get a badge. You get a certificate, and you get
Patch.
a patch, depending on which one of these you did.
Nice. Izzy, what did you like about this?
Well, I think my favorite part was getting the badges.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'm a junior ranger.
it is a little bit involved. It takes some time for the kids to do enough activities in the books.
I finished mine.
Sarah, what'd you like about this?
I like the thing outside that the fort set up.
The actual
The replica?
fort replica. Yeah, I think this museum was not as big or maybe as detailed
Yeah.
inside. The movie that they played inside about Fort Clatsop was really good, I thought. Did you guys like the movie?
Yeah.
Helped us understand what they did here for those 3 months.
And interacting with the Native Americans and how they contributed to the success of the Corps of Discovery. I think that's really important to understand. Had it not been for the generosity of the Native tribes, Lewis and Clark would probably not have made it.
They wouldn't have made it through the
Corps of
winter.
Discovery would not have made it.
Yeah,
So
they wouldn't have.
I think that's important to recognize. And then seeing the replica is really outstanding.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite, the replica. It's similar to Fort Mandan, the winter camp of 1805.
How are you feeling about driving on the boardwalk?
You don't know if I should be driving. Is this a people walkway or a car walkway?
It's 1.52.
5.52.
Yeah.
At $13.99 a pound. So that's how you sell seafood. Seafood is all sold by the pound. That's how you buy it, that's how you sell it. Now I'm going to go over this way. Come on, guys.
Go over there by the sink.
Smells like fish.
I like that smell.
Smell of honey here in Astoria.
Yeah.
So this is how we do it. Take a crab like this, and I'm just going to peel it like that. Okay? So you see the face of the wolf in the crab?
Yeah.
Or it could be seen as a caribou also, alright?
Oh.
So you take that, and I'm going to just take its face off. These are the gills. That's how a crab breathes underwater and on land. And I peel this back, and underneath there is the heart of the crab.
Oh, wow.
So the heart is actually right where you see the face of the wolf, right? Want to eat that?
No.
Do people eat that?
Should I drop it?
Nice. That was the heart?
Just crab, right? So we don't eat the guts or the butter, but clean it out, rinse it out. And there we are. Head in the bucket, cover the can. This is all meat inside the crab. So if you take it apart, like one leg at a time, so See how they break at the joints? Nice and easy, very simple, okay? So to use this tool right here, see how the shell is on the bias there? Just a little bit of a crunch even. And then open it up. That's meat right there. Grab it with your fingers and eat it.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Good, huh? See how I did that? That little joint, just take the flat piece, go in there.
What do you think?
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And again, with this tool, I'm just gonna give it a gentle little crush. Not too much. Just enough to hear it open. Well, I broke that one. So again, take the tool.
Sarah, take it.
Take it.
Grab the meat.
Really good.
What do you think, Sarah?
And thank you for your patience.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So that's how you do it.
That's great.
So inside the body cavity, as you can see, the shell pieces are sectioned out. So you go in there and you just take the sections and break it out. And if you do it really nicely, you come out with nice piece chunks. When crab are processed in big canneries, they shake them. They break them like this and they go bam, bam against a steel table and it drops all the meat out. So it's different than like we say picking. They shake that meat. I am the owner of Hanthorn Crab Company and Pier 39 Seafoods here in Astoria, Oregon.
How long have you been doing this here?
2 years.
Great reviews online.
We started with just the idea of an experiment was to get fresh crab to people. Live crab. There are only a few boats that fish in the summertime. Most of the crab are caught in the first 3 months of the season, which is typically December through March. So to speak. So, and then the summertime guys, they fish now because this is where small boats make up their money. So there's just a few guys that do it. So the price is usually a bit higher, so they get paid for their work. And but they have to keep the crab cold. You got to keep them cold. You got to keep them wet in order to get them to where they're going to deliver them, because it's all live market. In the wintertime, most crab are live, but then they're cooked and processed and sold throughout the world. So yeah.
So when would these have been caught? Recently?
These were caught last Saturday.
Okay. That's great.
And they're kept alive in the tank.
And those are the tanks right behind you?
Yeah.
Gonna go to that place next door and eat afterwards.
Yes.
This was free. This is what happens when the Martinez family eats crab.
Uh-oh, get this.
It smells really good. It is really good.
Mommy, what's the name of this place?
Grizzly tuna.
The Grizzly Tuna in Seaside, Oregon.
Yeah.
Maybe, what, a half an hour south of Astoria.
Yeah.
And half an hour wait.
What do you think, kid? Seaside Tuna, a little drive through, a little shack.
Also, it may take a little bit to get your food, but it's very worth it. It's really good.
So right behind me is Cannon Beach. This is the Pacific Ocean. I'm gonna pan around. That's the haystack rocks from the Goonies right behind me. And that's the shore where all the houses and restaurants are. You see how clear that is? Oh wait, no, we're fogged in. This is the most eerie thing I've ever seen. We are on the beach. I can hear the waves. I can see the waves a little bit, but it is so foggy. We can hardly see anything. What do you think of Cannon Beach?
I can't see the water. That's Goonies' place.
So, let me just focus this a little bit. Directly over your heads is Haystack Rock. Isn't that beautiful? Where is it? Nobody knows.
And
So it is a balmy 55 degrees just north of Astoria on Long Beach. And we brought Izzy out. Nice shot, Iz. We brought Izzy out to the beach for her first time. This is her first time seeing the Pacific Ocean.
Not my first time, I don't think.
Well, no, because you came yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But the beach is deserted right now. I came out yesterday. There's a lot more people on it, but it is very foggy. And you really can't see more than maybe 150 yards at the most. We can see the waves, obviously, but you can't see any sky, you can't see any scenery, nothing like that. So,
well, I guess this is seeing the waves. I mean,
well, yeah, no, they are. They're
I don't see
waves.
this in Wisconsin. I mean, what's it called? Lake Michigan? Lake Michigan maybe has waves. Nothing like this. Though.
On a seriously windy day, it'll have waves like this.
But nothing like this. Is it windy here? Would you call this like normal?
No, I don't think it's windy at all right now.
So this is normal for here, like without wind.
Yeah.
It was pretty windy yesterday. I think that's
it was windy yesterday. So anyway, we're having a good time exploring. Penny Dog is loving the waves.
Well, she's not loving the waves. She's loving smelling the crabs, but
Izzy just wants to play in the sand.
we should get like some shovels or something. Like, we should put like on the shovel like property of Izzy Martinez. Do not touch Izzy's. She's digging.
She's digging.
That's the water? Yeah. See all that white moving around? Move away. Oh, wow. I thought that was wow. Oh. See how close those are?
Izzy, what do you think of your first time at the Pacific Ocean?
Well, it's amazing but really cold.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly.
and Clark would have ended their journey. It's been a long journey for us. We're hoping it's been a good journey for you as you followed our journey. We look forward to many more journeys to come.
Okay, look in the hair and I'm like, wow. This is a crazy hairdo. This is like worse than an afro in the 80s. And that's saying something.
I just wasted my whole summer driving here for some warm beach weather. It's not warm. Do not come here if you want warm. It's not warm.
Don't push me. You're not supposed to push me. Don't push me. Don't push me. Don't. Ow.
Oh, no shot. Yes. Let's see what you got up there.